Tuesday's got off to a great start with a session about compelling radio and how to do it. Here's somebody who knows a thing or two. How do you do it in Berlin, Torsten?
Good morning. Yeah, in Berlin it's of course a hard thing to do because it's a very competitive market, and you have to really, finding the right content. And as I always say, just tell the listeners what you would tell to a friend, and not like putting standard content on air.
I liked your story about how to deal with the supermarket workers on strike. Can you tell us that?
Yeah, that's a technique I developed. Is you always get an information from some kind of news pool, and they say, the workers at the supermarkets are on strike. And then usually the news people say, hello, it's 9 o'clock, and the workers at the supermarkets are on strike. But I always say, what does that mean for the listener? Of course, it means the supermarkets are closed. And what does that mean for our listeners? It means they can't buy food in the evening after they're finished with their work. So the first sentence should be, if you try to buy food after work, maybe you can't. The supermarkets are closed, and here are the ones that are open. And so you're like immediately close to the listener.
How are you dealing with the issue that keeps coming up about being multi-platform these days, having to deal with pictures, having to deal with Facebook and Twitter and all the social media? Are you putting that at the front of your thoughts now?
No, never on the front, because we're doing radio, and radio is about listening. And I strongly believe in the future of radio as it always was, like bringing good stories on the air and being like the friends of the listeners. But you have to think about it like using the content on all the platforms you have. And as Valerie Geller said, you need a specialist for that. And sometimes they're hard to find, but you need one.